Okay, so after we have done the outlines for the sword, we will continue with the rendering process of the sword. So how I usually work. When I create reference images that I later use in Maya, I don't get too fancy and create fantastic renders. I usually make them look as good as it has to look good, as long as it won't lose any detail, and later on I'm going to use it perfectly like in Maya. So what I usually do in the process is I block the content of the sword in all the views. And I have done that. I only use dodge and burn. I just use dodge and burn, nothing too fancy, and maybe some kind of a color on the designs and stuff like that. So that's going to involve a whole process of rendering of this blade. So first thing I usually do is click Shift Command and create a new layer and call it render of sword. And the render is going to go on the top of the layers list. So after I do that, I go and pick some kind of a, I don't know, some kind of a light color. Click B to activate the brush tool, make the diameter bigger, and start blocking. Okay, make it a little bit even bigger. And okay, this is it goes outside the lines of the sword, but it's not important. A lot of people will get concerned. It's like, oh, it's going outside, but that's not important because I use this process to block the content fast, and later on I use the eraser tool to erase the content that I don't need. Okay, so this part is gonna get to this part, and this whole concept in here. After I do that, as we said before, I click E to activate the eraser tool, lower the opacity. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, that's good enough. So we start erasing the parts that we don't need. Clicking by Command plus will zoom in, activate the eraser, and now we start erasing the parts that we don't need. Okay, erase the parts of where the handles are. Sometimes, if it's necessary, lower down the diameter of the brush. Okay, that's probably good enough. And this is too. Make it a little bit rounder. Probably the best thing is shift clicking and use this process. Probably will go faster. Oops. A little bit bigger brush. Okay. So we have erased. Okay. Good. Brush. Lower the opacity. Okay. It's kind of good. Eraser tool. Again, click activating, but click by clicking the E. Maybe make the opacity bigger so we'll have a better look of where we erase. Okay. So we erase this part in here. Again, shift clicking, erase that part, shift click. Okay, this probably looks good. So sometimes if you make a mistake, for example, if you erase something, either undo it or you can just go back with the brush and just refill that area. Okay, same goes in here. Erase this part. Let's see how this will look. Okay, we made a couple of mistakes. Activate the brush tool by clicking B and just refill this part. Click E to erase it. Okay, so don't worry about it if the outline just goes a little bit outside over there. Command plus, lower opacity. So this is back and forth process. Clicking E, maybe make the opacity a little bit bigger so the content will be visible better. Okay. I don't like that. We erased. Okay. Make the opacity bigger. So just don't be confused about the outlines. They will probably look as it was erased.